Yo.
Welcome to Tales from the Funbox podcast. This is episode
9.
10. Whatever. Fuck.
We're not in double digits yet.
All right. Good start.
9 was the last one.
So I'm Dusty.
Chris.
Rusty.
And then Chris, we're not going to call you Chris once throughout the podcast. It's for all of us, so let's always remember that. And we, for the listeners at home, have a guest. It's one Derek Yee. Round of applause.
Woo!
Nope. Okay, real good. So, Derek.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm well. Êtes-vous?
Yes.
Tu parles français?
Je ne parle français pas.
Moi aussi.
Ah,
I'm
oui.
just faking it till I'm making it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we wanted to have you on. Well, I wanted to have you on the podcast today because this is sometimes a comedy-related podcast, and you are always a comedy-related gentleman.
Thank you very much.
That's how I feel about
awesome.
you. Every time I see you, it goes, there goes that comedy-related gentleman.
That's a comedy-related guy.
Does he
For
do
sure.
stand-up? You're on the stand-up scene too?
I do, yeah. I do
Oh,
stand-up
right on.
comedy. Have for a few years, I guess. Yeah.
Fucking A. You know, you'd think I'd know that. The reason you're here.
Well, I've been purposely keeping you guys as poorly lit as possible because I like pure responses. So I wanted rage.
I am.
So you just caught us in the
What do you
morning.
get for emotional? I don't
You know, we're just chilling on the couch here, and you guys just come over.
Yeah.
Just sit your shit
Yeah,
up.
Spring
Got buddy.
a fucking comedian on you.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see what the Funbox was, and I got a chance to see that. That is some bonkers shit right there.
That's right. And we're not in the fun box today.
No.
Yeah, he only got a peek into it. We didn't have the right kind of lube to get us all in there.
Honestly, when he said it was the Funbox, I thought it was going to be one of those like serial killer things, like where they have them in the woods and somebody wakes up.
Well,
and
it depends on your
"Welcome
definition of
to
fun,
my
I guess.
Funbox."
Yeah.
You've been the chosen one.
Interesting
Yeah,
dark
just
connotation.
my butcher room. This is where I butcher meat.
Yeah.
My closet. You know.
Nice to meet
That,
you.
you do put your meat in there.
Interesting. Yeah, no, it does give off that kind of vibe. And even when you're in it, you're actually, this isn't so bad. And then you're like, no, wait a minute.
I actually
Where's the
thought of
closet?
converting it into like a sandwich room, just like a little Subway.
I'm
know?
sorry, how? Like you were going to make sandwiches
Just
for
make
people
sandwiches
from
you
the
know?
closet in your
Have all
bedroom.
those
So can
cold
you-
cuts.
Right
Can
on.
you hire temporary foreign workers for a public residence?
You know, it's a good question. I'll probably just hire Russ. I don't think you can. You know, I thought
I think you've lost it if you think that's even an option.
You can't pay me. So what?
you're paid in sandwiches.
Oh, well, okay, that might work. I do like sandwiches.
Right? So yeah,
Well,
you're
we might
starting
keep
a
some
sandwich
beer
shop
there,
in your
too.
bedroom. This seems likely.
That's all I ate yesterday was
And
like 4
yeah,
corned beef
you've been doing some
sandwiches.
comedy here around the Saskatoon area.
Saskatoon and all over Western Canada, in fact. I did my
okay.
first headlining spot this summer
Sweet.
in a wonderful and ethnically diverse Medicine Hat.
Oh, yeah.
fucking A.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, are you using some of that sarcasm I've been hearing
I'm
about?
not. I like at Medicine Hat. They said that they have no homeless people in Medicine Hat.
Oh, yeah?
None at all.
That was their thing.
Did they home them all?
I have no idea. That was-
Well, you know what? I had heard that was a thing, though, that they were like, it wasn't like, no, it's not like, what is that Chechen dictator who's like, we don't have gays in our country. But you're like, no, they're here. You throw them off buildings. I think it was actually a thing where they did have an initiative where they did say, no, we're gonna home all of our homeless people, which is actually a pretty great claim to fame. If that is what it is.
I
If
think
they didn't
it-
just
yeah.
bust them someplace else, like seems to be the solution for other people.
It's definitely honorable, and it worked out for me because every time somebody asked me for change when I was there, I was like, "You don't even exist." Listen to the stinky wind howl tonight.
where would you put it? You
Really
have no pockets.
insistent
Yeah, but nobody
smelling-
asked you, right?
You're imaginary.
No,
It
no.
never
Well,
happened.
I mean,
That's
it was
amazing.
just
That's
my
right.
imagination.
Yeah,
It was,
delightful.
Medicine Hat Chamber of Commerce is anything but never tells a lie there. I don't think.
Yeah, they're a very reputable group.
You guys been to Medicine Hat?
Never been to Medicine Hat. I don't even know where the
You've
fuck
never
it is.
been to Medicine Hat?
Never been to Medicine Hat.
Holy shit!
I don't leave
Tell us
town
more.
very often.
Well, I'm trying to remember if we had been to Medicine Hat doing something, but I think that no. I was getting Red Deer backwards.
We
in
went
my
to
head.
Moose Jaw.
Okay.
Is that in the area?
That's Saskatchewan's Medicine Hat.
Okay.
Really. Can you tell
All,
phonetically?
all,
you
all
know?
the prairie heads out there are loving this. Oh, boys talking Southern Saskatchewan. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the Medicine Hat of Saskatchewan would be Moose Jaw. I'm starting to get a vibe.
Man, we got to go on a small town tour.
Yeah. It's almost
Just
the
small
only
towns.
option
No
in
cities,
Western
none.
Canada.
I'm definitely calling North Battleford is the Saskatchewan's version of Red Deer. Right?
Yeah,
You think that?
yeah.
Maybe we got a little Fort Mac Prince Albert situation
I guess,
happening there?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't hate Red Deer, though. We had a couple good times out there. and the Mad Cowboys were from
Mad Cowboys, yeah.
and
Played
I
with
really
them.
like
The
those
Vat
guys.
is a cool bar in Red Deer.
Where the fuck did we
I think
play
we
in
played
Red
at the
Deer?
Vat.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Was that the one with the no?
Was that the one where no one was
fire-breathing
there?
guy? Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Add it to the list.
Oh, which
Funny
one?
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, real funny. Mocking our piss poor career. Back to piss poor careers. What were you saying about your tour?
So yeah, no, it was the first time I'd headline, and thanks for that. And it was Medicine Hat.
Yeah, that's dope.
And then I had to do 2 shows, and I was very, very hungover for both of them.
Uh-huh.
But the second one, I was getting hammered, I guess, so it was all right. Second one went way better. But yeah, no, I don't think that the booker knew that I wasn't a touring headliner, and I wasn't about to tell her. So
Yeah. Back them to the roof. They'll know me. Yeah. You just say I'm there. They'll know me.
yeah.
Well, that's so what else did you do in that tour for Townwise?
Well, we did.
If you recall, that is.
No, I don't really recall, but I've been kind of going around all.
I'm not trying to hold you accountable. That's exactly
No,
when
no.
I was like, Medicine Hat, legitimately have we been there? Because it's like, do you remember? I don't fucking know.
Well, yeah, it's a little
Play
different than
places
going to
and-
Berlin or something.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. They blur together a
You
little
know,
bit.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, was I in Yorkton this summer? I can't even really remember.
Well, and you wouldn't purposely block out Berlin. You know what I
No,
mean? Like
no.
you wouldn't be actively avoiding the smells of Berlin. You don't want them to imprint on you.
Yeah.
Smell is a powerful imprint. I'll tell you what.
So where's
I have
this,
no line for that. I just
Where's this tour going?
Well, it's never really a tour when you're a comic in Saskatchewan. It's it's kind of like 4 dates and you're doing a loop.
Oh, okay.
And Eston,
Yeah.
Saskatchewan is one of them.
Yeah,
Really
we're-
great little city, but hard to call that a tour. More so just
Yeah, we're
finding
very
your way
familiar
home.
with that touring style.
Yeah.
Hey, more than 2 stops to tour. as
We're
far
going
as
down
I'm
to
concerned.
Regina. It's a tour.
Yeah. Right? Exactly.
Yeah. Did one of us get impaired on it? Then it was a tour.
Yeah. You got in a van and drove
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an hour out of town. It's a tour. man.
Right. So is this like your kind of first foray into the traveling experience is doing stand-up, or were you in like other things that involved doing that?
No, yeah, doing stand-up was kind of the first foray into it, I guess. I did do I don't know what to say. I did do improv for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do
Oh,
much
fuck me.
traveling,
Mm-hmm.
except for to the moon or whatever.
Line. Yes,
and
Man,
yeah.
you went wherever you wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess you guys kind of would do that with your
Yeah.
improv. Like, interesting. So you did that here in the city?
I did that here in the city. Yeah, we did that at we had a number of different venues, but it used to be right beside Amigos there on Dufferin. There was a dinner theater thing there. That's where we used to do it. Then they tore it down. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then we were at the Broadway Theater, and then downtown, right by my place at La Relais. But we did a show every week. Actually, I'll tell you something fucking kind of funny about it. We did a show every single
This
week.
is that kind of podcast.
We did a show
We don't do
every
funny
week.
stories here.
When we lost one of the venues that had licensing, what we ended up doing was we would buy our own booze, and we would get a special event license every week. Right, so somebody would go into the place every week. We had 12 people in the troupe, and then we'd sell booze. And the caveat is you can keep selling alcohol as long as you're selling food. So we'd buy one pizza, and then the last slice was $1,000, right? Pretty pithy, isn't that just so? Isn't that just so improv?
Hey, the man.
There's still food there.
We're improv, but that doesn't mean we're not bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, what ended up happening though is like. After about a month, the homie that ran it, his name was Max Bembridge, rest in peace. He's like, dude, I think I'm going to quit my job. And I'm like, why? And he's like, we've made $11,000 in the last 4 weeks. And I was like, what? Because we would have 120 people. There's a lot of people that like watching improv, if you can
Holy
believe
shit.
it. And we were selling our own
can't.
booze. And
So wait,
Yeah, it was like-
have booze sales?
fucking yes.
Wow.
Well, definitely not tickets. There was
Wow.
$5 ticket
Yeah,
sales.
that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, where the fuck's the money coming from?
It was a lot, and then the liquor inspector came in on the 5th night,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Jesus Christ, this is so illegal. You can't be fucking just getting a new liquor license every time." And the dude's talking to us at the end. He's like, "You didn't think?" Like he looked at Max. He goes, You didn't think when you looked into like your little bank account there and it had like 10 grand. You didn't think this seems a little too fucking easy. It was like, well, I did, but I just thought we were that good at improv. The guy's like, nobody's that good at improv. Nobody.
Good at improv.
Wayne Brady would only have 8 grand.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
He's asking
So he
you
was
for
like,
tips.
so
What's
he
your
said,
secret?
Who's
so he
line
said
cook is
we
it?
had to give the money away, and I think this is we did. We had to give the money away, and we ended up having like this show where we just bought all of this booze and just gave the booze away. So it was just
where it
like
came
It's
from.
my favorite charity too.
Cycle continues.
yeah, you know what? I think there was a Haiti earthquake around that time too that probably could have. I don't know.
There's a few other things that could have used a couple extra bucks.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Hey,
a bunch
well,
of,
God-
a bunch of
God works in
BFA
mysterious
students needed to
ways.
get
Hey, man.
blackout drunk and cry about their dads in the flower bed outside of the fucking school. But I guess therapy comes in all
In all
forms.
shapes and sizes,
Eh?
forms.
And I've rejected them all.
Yeah.
Much to my own chagrin.
Well, they've been ineffective for you.
Yeah,
Clearly, so.
chagrining me. Holy fuck! This is the excellent. This is the lull. This is where we lead into a
Yep,
lull.
this is
We're
good
gonna
to-
look at each
this
other.
is
You
the
guys
lull
ever-
away.
Over there.
You guys ever go to an improv show?
Never been to an improv show.
Yeah, I can tell. You're like, what? You just seem a
Just by
lot.
looking at you.
You just seem a lot cooler than all that. I don't.
Yeah, it's totally above that.
Oh, you.
Way above that.
Yeah, it never seemed like my.
Do they still do them? They're pretty frequent.
There's another troupe with the guy from the news named Jeff Rogstad. They've got a troupe
yeah.
called the Soaps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just at the Broadway Theater. They were a little bit more. We were the bad boys of improv.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
and I was the
selling you.
worst one.
You
yeah.
said Jeff Rogstad. That's amazing.
Yeah.
He was always kind of trying to do comedy while he was on the news.
Oof.
Precisely. You pronounced that right. Oof, indeed.
So why don't you go to the lake for the halibut and just stay for the hell of it? It's gonna be a great weekend at the lake, you guys.
I can't even. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, this is good. Okay, so if you're in Saskatoon, definitely get an opportunity to take in some improv because it's top
Apparently it
notch.
happens more
What's
often
going
than
on?
It just
I'm
wasn't for
supportive of all the arts.
It just wasn't for me. I don't know. I'm a fucking talky guy, and and then you'd get, the audience ask the audience to be like, okay, so what are you guys? And they're like, you're kittens, and you're gonna hit a ball of yarn into the moon or whatever, and it's like, no, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not. No, I'm not.
You got the wrong guy. Yeah.
No, I'm not. You know
Which
what?
one
I'm
used the
fucked up
kitten
about
guy?
that, and people like you, and then I just bust into a. Yeah, I was not.
There's like a spotlight dims just on you. The background changes to a brick wall. Hey, you know what's wrong with the people in the front
everyone's
row?
like-
Yeah, I'm talking about you specifically.
Everyone's like, you're waffling. You're waffling. I'm like, yes. This is fucking
I'm
stupid.
waffling. No, I'm educating. These people need to learn a lesson.
You're throwing
about
up a
their
block.
idiocy.
You know, my old boss
a
was
good
telling
idea.
me about a cool thing that he goes to every now and then. Once a month, there's wrestling around from the hose. Do you know about this?
At the Cosmos Civic Center, yes, I've actually
Yeah.
saw. Do you know how those dudes are? That's the fucking grittiest shit you can do. It's those
Fuck
guys
yeah.
are going to Yorkton, those guys are going to Medicine Hat, and those guys are getting their asses fucking destroyed. Zero health care.
I was just blown away. I didn't think we had anything like that, but it was like, yeah, he goes every fucking like once a month at least. They do it. And I was like, fuck, I gotta go with him one of these nights.
Okay.
That'd be so sweet.
They had. I grew up in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and they had the wrestlers come through. They came through once, and they were wrestling at the Stockade, which is where they have the fair, and we went to it, and it was it was a predictably a 25-person deep crowd,
Yeah.
and and it just got wild. And I had nothing to do with this shit because I don't condone it, but the wrestlers started going. They were fighting. They went right out of the doors of the stockade into the grass, and they're hitting each other with chairs. And there was a contingency of spectators that circling them and spitting on them as they're hitting each other's with chairs.
Thank you for the lovely evening
And
of
the-
entertainment.
Thank you.
No, and the one wrestler said, "Hey fellas, please have some respect." And then the other wrestler got mad at the guy for breaking character. don't. They like kicked his buddy. It's like, you can spit on us all you want.
Never
Really?
do that. It's a
like,
golden rule.
You do not break character. Don't ask for respect.
Hey, hepatitis
that-
is gonna become
Don't
part of
break
your
that
shtick.
fucking
Just
rule,
get
man.
used to it, all right?
That shit. I was like looking at that. I was like, fucking, I don't know about show business anymore. There. Like, seriously.
That's what happens.
Mickey
again.
Rourke,
yeah,
Mickey
exactly.
Rourke and the wrestler would have been like, nah, you know,
That's
I
always
quit.
my
I'm
first
gonna go back
reaction
to
whenever
cutting
someone
meat.
comes into the
Yeah,
audience.
yeah,
I want to
yeah.
spit on them.
Yep, I agree. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah. So would you go to that wrestling shit?
I haven't yet, but I really, really want to fuck.
Like, it's
it
like
just
guys
sounds
that
a
look
good
like
time.
you and I. It'd be like you versus me. You know that, right? Like,
You got
and
a
that's
lady, you got a ladies' swimsuit, right? Slap it on. Let's go.
I got a mask.
grapple me.
Yeah, I got several.
That's
Slap
that's
one on.
amazing. You know what? I've not seen that one. I did go. There was at the Sutherland Hall. They were doing some wrestling a while back with, I'm not sure what the proper term is, but people of below average height. And, I mean, that was
What?
what you'd
Chinese.
expect. Well, I was with Dave Moss, so yeah, I was halfway there. Well, let's change gears. I can't think of what I was talking about. Everything was looking pretty racist in my eyes.
well, I have been to what they, and this is their words, not mine, midget wrestling.
Oh, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I know, and you didn't want to say the words because, you know what?
No, I'm just trying to be better. And I thought it'd be funny if I let it linger longer.
Hey, this is my question though.
Shoot.
Is it okay to say it? Because they had it written right on. They had it written on the sign.
Well, I'll
Made it
know what
ri-
you're talking about when you say it. I didn't know what the
Yeah.
fuck Dusty was talking about. Tell you
Yeah,
so.
God damn it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wanted to pick up on a hint. Yeah.
But how is it that's okay? It doesn't seem like it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I think if you're in on it, then you're like, no, you can call me whatever you want. I guess.
Yeah, but you're not
That's
going
what
to
I'm
see some words up on the
Very
billboard.
true. Very true. Very true. One of them fine lines.
Isn't that right on the poster too for the for those
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
wrestling
Maybe the
events?
petite
Midget
people
wrestling.
You know, I think it's who's participating, honestly, because you know what, you wish some words, but now that I think about it, I'm like, NWA spells out their whole thing. You know what I mean? Like that word's on a billboard then. You know, and they're like, no, we're claiming it. So
Do they?
no, fair enough though. Fair enough though. I don't know. No, if they did, I didn't say they do, but I said if they chose to, then you'd be like, well, there's an example of it being. I can't think of another one where you'd ever possibly see that. Where I'm just like, here's one example I can possibly think of, and other than that, no, it couldn't exist anywhere else. But yeah, no, you're right. It's it is odd that it's still up on there. They're going to come up with a more creative term for it. You know, or really lean into it and be like, no, these guys are really doing characters. This is Hobbit wrestling. This is what we're doing. Yeah, we're doing like some mythical shit.
Oh man, I'd go.
Fantasy
I'd go to the Lord of
wrestling,
the Rings.
yeah.
Oh,
wrestling
would I
event.
ever go to Hobbit wrestling?
I mean, why wouldn't you?
And then if you had actual kids the same height, and it would be Hogwarts versus Hobbits,
Oh my god.
fuck me, that would be so rad. Wouldn't it?
You know
and
what,
last
man?
thing, it would just be
You know-
you. You'd come out and fight like 5 on each side. One man, 3. Just.
As these children and little
What would he
people
be
are
dressed
beating
as?
me mercilessly.
Could you imagine how much fun that would be whipping them out of the ring? You'd feel like a fucking golden god.
Oh my god! Yeah,
I would go to Yorkton for
Going
that
back
shit.
to how many 5-year-olds can you
I
fight?
drive the extra mile to Yorkton for
Let's
a little
find
bit
out.
of that. Yeah, we did get into that the one episode.
We did.
That's
talking
right.
about how many of those
Well, let's set it up.
killed, and so that's
get
old,
that
old
fight.
news already. Unless you want to weigh in on how many kids you think you could.
Well,
beat.
we've talked about this lots, and this is fun. And here's the parameters of the thing: is so you're in a gymnasium squared. You have a chain. That's all you have.
Yeah.
Chains are hard to wield, but a thick chain.
Yeah.
And the one corner door opens and lets in 25 5-year-olds at a time. Now, I don't
we're
want to kill a
coming at you in
5-year-old.
waves.
How many waves could you do?
Like incapacitate.
And listen,
Every
it's
one of
because
them.
these aren't 5-year-olds. These aren't regular like, can't tie my shoe. These are like blood curdling, want to kill you 5-year-olds. They just have the
Trained
physicality.
killers.
It's even more
Zombie
incentive.
kinda,
I'm
yeah.
scared of it now.
My one homie said he could do 500. I said, you can't even run 5 kilometers. The fucking you can't run. You can't. The endurance, dude. He goes, well, I have a chain. I said, but a chain could almost be a liability, really.
Yeah, chain doesn't help
Yeah,
you
that
carry
could come
you.
back.
Because
hit
once you swing it into 10 heads,
Yeah.
the first 3 get it, and then it's just like a dick. It just fucking gets unhardened, and then it's useless. And then
Got
it's,
that
you know what I
flasted chain
mean?
just whipping whipping
Yeah,
that
flaccid
I
flaccid
mean, I
chain
don't want to
around.
bring sexual
thinks
stuff
with
into when I'm
flaccid
talking about murder.
Yeah, you know, and if you're not skilled with that particular leg, pretty easy to do some van damage to yourself.
Exactly.
So all of a sudden you've got a chain wound across the
Yeah.
side of your face that you can't explain, and it's painful.
And there's next
You know,
thing
just
you know,
nothing but
yeah.
embarrassment.
So anyway, that's the parameter. How many kids do you think you could murder?
Oh, I still think every single one of them.
Every single one of them.
It's incredibly easy. I've fought adults before. I'm like a kid, super easy. I wouldn't even tire. I don't think. I think it would just become part of breathing. Like you'd be like, oh, I was just went for a walk, and I would just kick every kid so hard. No, it'd be easy. Well, no, and I think the first time we talked about this, I explained how I was just going to give the first one like such a tremendously horrible beating, and then make the rest of them nurse him back to health. And then be like, see, now this is what you're going to have to go through, and you little fucks keep coming through this door.
So you're just making up the rules. You're refusing to play by the rules. And what I would do is I'd read them all stories and they'd all fall in love. Okay, so we're not doing this then. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, no, like.
Yeah. Where's your favorite place in Japan? Well, I'm not doing that. I'm going to talk about Yorkton.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fine.
I just want a number.
You want a number?
Because let me just float this for you.
Okay.
I think it's going to be.
Seriously,
I think 50 would be fucking like Lance Armstrong level.
No.
You think so?
I think 3 waves easy. I get a breather between them. They're got to come through the door and shit. You know
I'll fix
what I mean?
that chain.
I think 3 waves easy. I think
Pretty big
3
chain?
waves easy.
It's a big chain.
Big fucking
Yeah.
chain.
You think you could
I
do
wouldn't even use a chain, honestly.
No,
feel like
I
it would
think
get
I
in the
would.
way.
But then you'd have to get real messy.
Nah, man. Kids are little. Like you can
I
pick
know,
them
but
up and use
murdering
as
them is-
weapons against each other.
Yeah, you just pick the first kid up and fucking start swinging them at these kids.
Easily.
Yeah.
Well,
Easily.
I want you to go home and I want you to think about this in the tub tonight, and actually consider
thought about it
75. You
before.
see, that's a Mormon tabernacle choir. Take a step back from that,
There's a Trans-Siberian Orchestra you just murdered.
dude. You just did a Mormon tabernacle choir.
I honestly, I do think I think you're overestimating how hard it is to kill a kid. Honestly, I think people do it by accident all the time.
I think you're underestimating the spirit of the human soul.
These kids really want to kill me that
Well,
bad.
right.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's like,
Yeah, they're gonna be vicious, eh?
yeah, you can break a leg easy, but then it's just you got them.
I just don't know. Like I've been bitten by adult teeth, and I don't think baby teeth are gonna hurt more. You know? So, we'll see. I guess we'll see.
We'll see. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
We'll see this Saturday, won't we?
Sunday.
I mean, we're gonna find out.
Cosmo Civic
I can't
Center
keep talking
presents.
about this with the universe actualizing it for me. That's how the secret works, you guys.
Stay tuned for the improv show taking place directly after.
How tall can you stack them?
Oh, he's still going. Eh?
Yeah, great stuff. No, okay, so yeah, you've been doing lots of stand-up around the city here, and okay, so I've seen like some different like regular occurrences, things where people are hosting. You do any hosting?
I do, yeah.
Okay, where are you hosting at?
I've hosted just when people step out, but like I was supposed to host Thursday at the Capitol. I hosted with when Eric Johnston came through from Halifax or from a Toronto area or whatever. Yeah, hosting's a weird thing. I hosted Yuck Yucks, and I was really nervous because I didn't know. Because fucking hosting, you have to kind of remember like
Names and shit.
well, you gotta like say, okay, tip the wait staff, right? And then you gotta have to remember all their names, and it's always like Cashton, Ashton.
Yeah.
You know, they're always because it's fucking. They're always their names are always that.
Just make them up, man. Nobody knows.
Or like just go wait staff, but then you don't want to say the hot one. Or tip the hot one.
Yeah, tip the one that seems like she needs it.
But yeah, no, hosting's different because it's in fact like I don't think a lot of people who are outside of the stand-up world know that. You know, in the general hierarchy of how the show's constructed, there's the headliners at first, and then the host is typically kind of gets the most time after that. Then the middle, and then whatever opener guest spot. And so you do have an opportunity as a host, I think, like if in between your middle act and your headliner, that middle act kind of shit the bed, then you got to kind of come in and bring
Save
it
the
back
fucking
up,
dick.
right?
Yep.
And
I've seen that after mine lots. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And then as the host, you have to be like, fuck, I hope this guy, I'm going to bet that this guy is not going to do that great, so I can't drink. You know what I mean? 'Cause then it's the worst, and then you got to watch a guy shit the bed and you can't drink. And it's like, fuck, if I ever needed a drink more than anything right now. Ugh.
Yeah,
oh,
no, that sounds
God.
like a real hefty weight to wield. It does sound fun though, like you said, like you could kind of make your own fucking thing, you know. If you're the host, you're the captain of the ship.
It can be good. It can be good. Yeah, I mean, I guess it sort of depends on the venue and everything too. I've showed up where I had to host, and it was like a hockey fundraiser. And I was like, "Where's the mic?" And they went, "That's right there behind the big podium." And it's a fucking,
Yeah.
How many times have you ever seen a Bill Burr stand-up where he's behind a fucking podium, you guys?
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I gotta
They're
switch
like,
gears here.
oh.
Look, I either know comedy or Mussolini. I don't know, and this
Yeah.
is Mussolini setup. You got me going here.
Comptroller over here.
So then I had to pull that little skinny little Bob Barker fucking microphone.
Fucking
No,
right.
no fucking.
Give him a
Making all
come
that
on.
Spayed
noise,
and
that
neutered.
ruffling.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, have your friend spayed or neutered. That was
you know you-
wanting
what-
to end more shows like that. Honestly,
You throw the quarter on like this with that little mic. When you throw the quarter on, it's just like you're
it's so delicate.
like that
yeah.
fucking like that gymnastics.
Yeah.
The thing with the little
Rhythmic
fucking
dance,
the
yeah.
little ribbon.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like you were doing. Move that mic with the little ribbon.
So you're pro. You want more tiny mics? What you're telling me?
Yeah, exactly.
I've never felt more delicate and like a dancer, which I mean is really ideal.
How
when
many of
I'm
these
trying to
tiny mics could I
make people
kill?
laugh. Yeah, help my confidence. Okay, cool. Well, and were there projects you got on the go? You got projects? I don't know. I think that's what
Yeah.
people ask, right?
I'm
Trying to make this podcast for
I
Christ's
don't know,
sakes.
dude. I feel like, yeah. I mean, this was a big project I was looking forward
No,
to.
you're not. Okay, cool. Excellent. We're part of
Yeah.
a project. You
No,
got.
we
Podcast
actually
have
to be
you been
Mark
on?
it down.
We have been. I don't want to go on somebody's podcast and then talk about how I'm starting a podcast.
Yep,
and not
absolutely.
think that it sounds
I think
fucking
that's
ridiculous.
the point.
Yeah. Everybody's. What's your podcast name?
Yeah,
What's
I
your
was going to
podcast
have you want to talk
We'll
about
just
myself,
daisy
so you
chain
might as well
these
try to get in
together.
here.
Yeah, no. Well, I'm working on some project, some podcast themes that are pretty out there, but they definitely won't cut into any of your.
You want to do like a proper podcast instead of
No, we're
just
doing it. We want to do some
loosey-goosey
sort of
asshole.
themed podcast sort of thing.
Yeah.
So do
I'm
you want me to
into it.
explain?
Those seem to be the
Can I?
good
Can
ones.
I
I would
Yeah,
love
get
to hear
into
it,
it. We
honestly.
need
I'll
this.
tell you
Love
the
phrase.
premise of
We
this.
ain't got no fucking.
Tell you the
thing.
premise of this podcast. It would be a pretty loosey-goosey one, of course. I
Yeah.
would be remiss if it wasn't. But it would be we recorded at a
Yes.
bar, maybe like a lounge at about 4 o'clock. Not when it's super busy, but a Friday where it's just and we sit by the men's washroom, and we play a game called that we made up called Piss Loonie. Piss Loonie is kind of like a gambling game, so it's sort of like a sociological Texas Hold'em. And we would talk, but you would go in. Let's say you were the first guest on there, and
All right.
and you go into the bathroom and you would put in whatever denomination of change you wished into the urinal. So, and then you come back out, and then we wait and we see if somebody goes in, and then it would be your bet. Now, is that individual going to take that
or-
piss Loonie,
yeah.
or is that not? And if they don't, then it's you. You get to sweeten the pot, and you go in and throw some more change in there. And we
Eventually,
keep
somebody's
going
gonna
around.
take that fucking. Money.
Somebody's going to take
Yeah,
that money, and if you
eventually.
bet on it, then you get a multiple of whatever's in the pot.
Russ comes out with a mouthful of quarters. I'm gonna get these rinse real quick. I don't know why I picked on you. I'm just
You
a
can
I'm a
check my
bully.
pockets.
That's
I
what
didn't
bullies
think
do.
Yeah.
That's what bullies do.
So yeah, no, I don't just do that. But
You don't do that. That's,
No,
I wouldn't advise that either. It seems cruel. Seems funny though. Also, it's very funny.
we like it.
Yeah. So sorry, this is the podcast.
That would be the premise of the podcast. So that we're
Wow.
having a conversation in between, but then naturally we'd have to. You're gonna get interrupted in the middle of a story because if we got
Yep, somebody's over
some
there
guy.
taking a piss.
And I'm gonna spoiler alert this just so that it's never who you expect that takes the piss Loonie because I've played this game many times. It's the fucking dude who drives the Jetta diesel, who's got the petticoat on, who's selling Wawanesa insurance, and is there with the boys, fucking every time.
Yeah, those guys are sickos.
Homeless, home challenged gentleman goes in there and it's not even touched. Won't even be touched.
Soaked in piss, he says. Not an animal for Christ.
Yeah.
Who does this?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this?
Yeah,
fucking
in
world?
comes fucking Chad with his puka shell necklace.
You know what? I almost said Chad, and then I was like, no, I feel like it would have been a Darren. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, either
So
way.
you're just gonna set up outside of like a different bathroom every time? That'd be sweet.
Yeah, we go to different. So yeah, you gotta go different places because you can't.
Yeah.
You fucking. And that's the other thing is you can't be laughing too loud. That's called splashing the pot. You can't bring it to your attention what you're doing. You know what I mean?
You're kind of blowing your cover at that point.
No, and so you can't
Yeah.
hit, you can't hit the same bar twice, or else they'll be like, "That's the
course,
Piss Loonie guys here," and it's like,
Yeah.
Why do you guys always got to fucking have a table that's downwind of the men's room? It's for a game we play. Perfectly normal thing to say, gentlemen.
yeah. And that's why I have the microphones
Yeah,
here.
let's wrap it up.
Men's room.
Yep. Yeah. Just super overt. Hey, you're like, no, it's a normal podcast everyone does just outside the bathroom. No one does that.
You never
actually.
played bathroom
It's
games
not
at
related to this. I like it though.
So I really think the big panache is if I would have enough finesse to talk to the person who took the Piss Loonie and get them to agree to sign a release and then do an interview on camera.
Why didn't you take the money? Yeah.
Well, no, I'd be like, no, why did they take the money? I'd say, hey, can I ask you a couple
The person
questions?
that did take it.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
You're going to get the same answer of it was covered in piss.
Every
I
time.
would
Legit answer.
I think here would be my angle. I would go up to the guy and I'd say, hey, these assholes here were playing a joke and they got me. I went and took the fucking loony out of there. You took the loony. You took the loony. Too. Like, dude, it's okay. Whatever. Fuck. Who's not going to take the money? Huh?
Yeah.
Like, fucking. Those fucking assholes got me too. I was fucking. I sell Wabanese insurance too, Chad.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, dude.
I get more
know.
piss in my hands just taking a piss.
These fucking puka necklaces, they don't fucking grow on trees, Chad. And I'd say like, so they got me. They got to ask me a bunch of questions. Can I ask you a bunch of questions and just pay it forward? And I'll show you the night. Yeah. And then I just get them in. And I go, so what the fuck were you thinking?
Weird.
You better than that? Yeah. I just go straight down on them.
I like how much time you've dedicated to thinking about luring into people talking about their bathroom
Oh
activities.
God.
I got to get on his side a little bit. We got to have a shared experience. No, I've done it too. My hands are still salty. Like, we're pals. What are you talking about?
Salty palms.
Yeah, we've all been there. Right now, currently, I am pissing in my own hands while we speak.
I almost think it's just a vanity piece so that I can just find my way into just confronting somebody about it. I don't even know if I want to do the podcast.
You want
I'll be
something
like, oh shit, I didn't even hit record. I just wanted
to.
to talk to this guy roughly. This has all been a big...
I'm just trying to make friends the hard way.
That's a very interesting kink you have, eh? Yeah, I like to publicly shame people with things that I would do, and then I ask them how they got there. Yeah.
So we've had a bit of I'm noticing that the theme here is that we've done a little bit of a showbiz thing, and then at the end here, the piss. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Still showbiz related as far as I
totally. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Shoot.
So, what do you think of touring? Like, what is that like for you guys? What's the best part? What's the worst part?
Well, I mean, it's always fun. Like, it's always the performing part of it's always fun. Even if it sucks and shit's broken down and nobody showered or whatever. But, like, the shit in between is always fucking work. But, I don't know, if you go just limp and go with it enough, it's fine.
What's the shit in
Fucking
between?
driving's pretty sweet when you're not driving.
Yeah, man. Like, there's the traveling
you're in the
bullshit. You
back
got to
just
go. You're
drinking.
breaking down, getting lost, fucking late for shows. Like, we had one time we were going to a show in Calgary, and there was a semi that started on fire in front of us on the road.
right,
So we
yeah,
were just
yeah.
fucking missed that one.
So I just jumped out with my longboard and fucking bombed this hill and almost died.
Is that right?
Classic Rawls.
See, that sounds fucking
Well, because
rad.
there's these little dividers on bridges. There was like a little bridge, and I hit this fucking divider. And
You got speed wobbled out?
got speed wobble. Well, I didn't crash. I fucking held it out. But
Please tell me you were taped that.
His body is very jellyfish-like. It just goes loose and just ride right out.
But I wasn't thinking, like, that was when I first
And it
bought
can't
my
sting you if you
longboard,
touch
and I
it.
was like,
Yeah.
we were just in the mountains or getting close to the mountains, and it was getting a little hillier, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna bomb these fucking hills. I've never done it before. Knew nothing about speed wobbles or how to control for them.
Dude,
And I learned
if a
after
car
that
went
one, maybe
by
don't
you the
do
other
that.
way, they'd be like, I just think I saw the lead singer of Dinosaur Jr. speed wobbling out. The fuck is Jay Maskus doing on the...
Buy all their merch. He's gonna die. It's gonna be worth something
That
now.
wasn't him. That was
Well,
the guy
afterwards, I
from
was like,
Tragically
fuck,
Hip.
we're at the start of our tour, and then I was like, yeah, if I broke my arm there, it'd be pretty much over, right?
Oh, dude.
Dave Grohl looks fucked. Did you see him on that longboard?
Yeah, Taylor's death took a hard one. He hit him hard. I don't think he slept in weeks.
Oh, God.
He's clearly eating, but I don't know what else he's doing.
Sorry, man.
It's good stuff.
R.I.P. Taylor Hawkins, you know?
Yeah. But no, yeah, fucking touring is always a good time. I mean,
I like
the
random shit that
organizational
just kinda
aspect of it, just getting everything lined up so you're being productive while you're out there was always.
Is that like a lot of
ideal.
like you got to fucking be calling venues and you're calling and making sure that
Yeah, that was generally. I mean, once somebody else is looking after that shit for you, I guess they can. But like, really, anybody can just fucking phone venues and hey, I got a band. We're coming this way. You got something going on? Can I get in on this? You do enough of that, you can line up fucking shows. And anybody listening at home, you can do it. If you can get 3 other dickheads together to play some music, you can also do that. Mm-hmm. But you got to fucking do it. Nobody's going to do it for you until you're, what are they called? Nickelback? Yeah. They get other people booking their tours, I guess. But.
that would be awesome if they didn't. If they were just,
we've always been known for our DIY ethic, Nickelback.
I think they got.
We've always been out there just grinding.
I think they've got Theory of a Dead Man booking their shows for them.
Yeah. Hey, fuck, great on. Hey, the boys got to eat somehow, right?
yeah, well, default's roadieing for Theory of a Dead Man.
Oh,
so
hey.
there's a bit of a food chain there.
We all hate this, but for some reason, well versed in every band of that genre. Yeah, yeah. Well, you got to know what you hate, right? That's how I always feel. I don't immerse
That's
myself
why
in
you
it. How
built
do I know
that.
if I hate it.
That's why you built that Funbox in there, so you can listen to fucking those bands in the closet by yourself and drink. I never
Spiral
understood the
deeper and
motivation.
deeper.
You're like, oh, it's just a weird thing for me to do. I know that. You want to be fucking Theory of a nickel faulting in there 3 doors down.
Just listen to my favorite bands, man.
Yeah. Still call me Superman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wearing the Batman outfit.
yeah. His syrup-soaked Batman outfit.
Yep.
So what do you play?
I play guitar.
Oh, okay, right on. And
I play the guitar
okay,
with drumsticks. No,
I
play drumsticks.
okay.
Russ doesn't do comedy, if you're wondering.
No, I don't.
He's a drummer. I'm the chanteuse, the singer. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is fucking whittling away on his whittle stick.
No.
That's,
we need another tour, though.
band
We haven't gone
business.
on tour
Yep.
in a
Little twin.
long
It's
old
It's been a
time.
minute. Well, we got
do
the
have a
Bruce
tour
now.
band now, yeah.
And your band is
Oh, yeah,
Old
Bruce.
Tolerant.
Old
Yes,
tolerated.
absolutely.
Old
Yeah,
Tolerant.
yeah. Might just switch it to whatever anybody wants to call it.
Old Tolerated?
I've been picturing an OV style logo, like Old Vienna, Old Tolerated, but the OV.
OT.
Badge.
I like that
OT.
name. I
I
think
like
that's
that.
fucking good.
Yeah, well, it's accurate. We are old and we're tolerated on occasion. so-
Barely.
Tolerated.
Yep.
I was gonna say if it was Old Tolerant, I was like, that's what my pet name for my girlfriend.
Hey, old tolerant.
Old Tolerant.
Thanks, old sure thing. Yeah.
Well, we named it after
too real,
her.
Too real. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, we named it after your wife. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Just started just instantly. Yeah, you guys can. You think this is funny? You think this is a joking matter? Yeah. No. Yeah. Fucking band. We haven't done it in a minute here, just because we've been out of town. Everybody kind of. It seems like whenever we
Fucking
need to
summer
jam. Oh, we
sucks.
jammed last week. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? Fuck's sakes.
But before that, it's been
People
about a
all-
month.
Yeah,
right?
summer's no
Always
time to do
doing
anything
shit.
that you
It's tough
barely
to get
want to
5
do.
guys in a room, you know?
Oh, hey.
Absolutely.
Well, we got 4 right now.
We got 4
You know,
right
Let's
now.
jam.
then,
Hey,
so
we're
then
halfway
imagine
there.
how hard it would be to get 25 5-year-olds in a room.
Yeah, I know, right?
To murder.
Again, no, but
Wave
that's again
after
their
wave.
problem.
They gotta
They
be, but
can't
couldn't
get
do it in the
at-
summer.
I think you keep thinking that the more numbers makes it more difficult. I'm like, no, it makes it easier because like the back row can't fight you. They can't only get so close.
They might Travis Scott out.
The what? Oh shit! I forgot about that. Yeah, where you got all those
Right,
kids
yeah.
squashed in that nightclub incident.
So then you.
Yeah.
But then they don't count on your numbers if they do kill them. I would say, and that's a hardline stance. I've always said that.
yeah. I've always, if any of these
Always
kids
said
kill
that.
the other ones, that doesn't count for you. That makes sense.
And
man.
and you meet the kind of guy.
Well, I mean,
who'd
it's the
say-
spirit of the thing, right? You gotta
Exactly.
honor
Like-
the spirit of the thing. I didn't get it
It's
to
called-
begin
it's
with.
called
I
false
kept trying
valor.
to find loopholes and ways around the rules, but you really showed me that. I mean, you got to be in the spirit of the event. Otherwise, what's the
Well,
fucking point?
It's
Stay home.
just a measure of accountability. It has to take place.
You're not here to murder children within the rules we've put up. Get the fuck out. I think that's what the T-shirt says. Right? But yeah, no fucking stand up here in Saskatoon. Seems to be like it's a thing. There's more and more open mics.
Yeah, actually, well,
happening.
there's a good scene
good.
here.
I
There's a
think
good
so.
scene
A
here.
lot of funny motherfuckers.
Fox and
Make
Hounds
me
every
giggle.
second Wednesday is the fucking Funny Bone Schmomedy Zone. You been to that Fox and Hounds? That's a good room, isn't
it's
it?
Nice. I like all the books. Makes me
Yeah.
feel learned. The food's really good there.
It is, but
No
it's
one-
like
no one
one of
pays
those
attention
bars.
while you're talking,
Have you?
which I like.
I don't think I've seen you guys out. You're not.
No, we're
supporters.
bad friends.
But it's one of those bars where you
We
go
don't do
there
that shit.
and
We
it'll
don't
be
support anyone.
it'll be like half packed, but it's all dudes that are like kind of finishing their slow pitch. You know, like that's it. That's
a good crowd.
as a comedian, you look at that and you're like, oh, this is gonna get fucky real quick. And somebody's, you know, they just came from Matzo Sticks and now they gotta listen to me talk about my dad's dick or whatever.
And
You know what I mean?
2/3 of them hate their
That can be a
wives,
recipe for a bad fucking because it's like guys wearing baseball jerseys and that makes guys want to fight.
You just lose it on.
yeah.
Come on, guys! You never told me there's a game today.
That's-
Am I kicked out? What is this shit?
That's what I should go to their fucking
This guy
softball
pays
diamond
dues. Yeah.
and just start walking around the field with a mic and be like, oh, I didn't know there was a game here. You didn't. What's good for the goose,
You got
guys?
wings also. Hey.
Anyway, it does turn out. It turns out to be a good room though. That people listen. I don't know. They're just that measure of. I think it happens late enough that everyone gets drunk enough that they're okay with this shit.
I've come out to
Well,
a
plus
few of them,
everybody's
but I haven't
really
been out
funny,
to
so they all
this
want to pay
week.
attention.
Have you done one recently? The old open mic?
No, I haven't done an open mic in a minute. I really should. I got a show on the 29th.
What was the last show you did? That one at the Broadway?
That was the.
Or did you do one before that?
We did the comedy.
Maybe.
Fuck, that was a
or
while
whatever,
ago.
right? That was.
I
Yeah, that was the
oh
last
yeah,
one I was
yeah,
at.
the comedy pit, the clean show. That went really well. My third word in my mouth was "fuck." That was really
Oh.
classy move for me.
Well, after that, though,
Yeah, the
did it?
table of people that were there for the clean comedy hated that. They were not impressed.
Since you imagine how does that work? I've had to do that clean. I can't fucking.
And I intentionally wrote everything so there was nothing even borderline in it, and then just like thinking, like processing the first thing I was saying. I'm like, so yeah, fuck, I'm out with my. Oh my god, I did it right off the bat, and like I could feel this whole one side just all shut right the fuck off. They're just like, nope. That's not what we're here for, you know?
Oh, no.
And I was just like, so I'm not going to get you to laugh again for the rest of the evening, right? Because like at one point I kind of turned to them and I'm like, you guys are taking this very seriously
So
for
that's
a
where you
comedy.
just killed that machine. Just fucking.
Yeah. So
Right into it.
yeah, I really won them over right off the bat. That was a smart move for me. But
Well, you
Yeah.
assaulted them.
I clearly I did. That's my fault.
no.
I'm claiming it full 100%. I was punished by the awkwardness that I endured for the next 7 minutes. So you know what? You take your lumps. Actually, you know what? It probably wasn't that bad. I guess I always think it's much fucking worse when I'm up there and I get off. I'm like, I don't know if anybody laughed like every time, and then I'll watch and I'll be like, oh yeah, there was laughs. But fucking yeah, whatever.
The last time I was in that room, it was I recorded it, and it was the most shocking, killer first 3 minutes, and then unbelievably dead for the last 3 minutes. Like,
How
and I
did you
mean,
use him, do you think?
I said Trudeau,
Oh really?
and the guys that go to a clean comedy show at Hudson's,
Yeah.
they don't like the word Trudeau.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't care if it was positive. or
No,
negative.
it
They
didn't
just didn't
matter.
hear
I
it
could
all.
have said fuck Trudeau, and it was just sort of like that fucking
Yeah.
again that Harry Potter guy. You just don't say his name.
Well, and
They were
they're
just
trying
mad.
to escape,
And then
right? Yeah, that's probably bringing them back to their shitty reality where they hate everything. Eh? I came here to laugh. Now you're going to talk about the demon that haunts my dreams. Yeah, the sexy demon. Yeah,
Nobody could laugh. They're too busy just trying not to tell each other that it's Fidel Castro's son up there.
yeah. You noted my Castro hat earlier as a nod to our dear leader and his lineage. Yeah, no, it's interesting because I was thinking about that after, and like I enjoyed the experience. I'm not talking shit about it, but it was also like I have to put myself in the mind of someone who would purposely go to see clean comedy. That would be like, you know what? No, I want to go someplace where I'm gonna not be fucking offended. I'm not gonna hear any curse words. Jim Gaffigan. I want to see Jim Gaffigan, and he's a fucking genius that does that better than anybody, and I don't know how to do that. So I
I think
try.
like, the last crowd I was
Just
at
start
would've
ripping off
just-
Jerry Seinfeld jokes.
I could have just fucking read the Big Bang Theory script. They were like, this is the funniest. Oh my god.
Hit him with a bazinga.
He's
That's
a
all you
nerd. He's a nerd. That guy's a nerd.
Yeah. They're so
He said science. He's a nerd.
yeah. Oh, like they couldn't have told when you woke up too. Like, there's a nerd if I've ever seen one.
So yeah, no, I'm not a real
Shot
fan
at
of.
you.
What I don't get is that they say clean comedy, and then sometimes you'll see fucking clean comics go up and say the most ignorant shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no, we're fine with racist. We just want
Yeah.
it clean. You can talk about the ethnics all you want. I don't mind.
Define clean, I guess,
right.
right?
Worst. I love to do that.
Gonna get
Just
got
fucking buzz
things
it out. Nobody's listening real closely. What's this all about? They start right there. Dog stories. We both had stories about saving dogs, and I've not told it on this. You should tell yours. I'm intrigued.
so I'll tell mine. I'm a dog guy. I got a dog. I take him for walks. I run with him. I did a jog with him. I'm a dog guy. Never had one before, but we got one because because I walked into a trap. I guess I don't know.
Puppy trap.
My girlfriend said, "Hey, we're just gonna go look at these rescues at this kennel." And I was like, "Oh, that'd be fun to do. Like, we're not getting a dog or anything, right?" She's like, "No, we're not getting a dog. We're just gonna go look at them. And if we find one that we like, maybe we'll foster them." I was like, "Well, I don't think we should do that. We're not gonna foster a dog. We're just gonna go there and see if there'd be one that maybe could be fosterable. That's all we're gonna do. Me and Nico aren't gonna.
We're only going to
get a
take one
dog."
if we like one.
And then I'm driving there, and I look at my kid and my wife giving each other the shh in the rearview mirror, and I'm like, "What are you guys talking about?" I'm like, "Are we getting a dog?"
No, we're not getting.
I said we're not getting a dog, and they're like, "We're not." We get to the place, and it's this dude who looks like fucking Boomhauer from, he looks like Boomhauer from King of the, and he's sitting there smoking a cig. He goes, "Hey, you guys want a dog?"
Not from you,
The
Brad.
fucking- this is a house
opens up
in a,
his coat,
this is a house
fucking
in a fucking
puppies.
cul-de-sac. This is a house in a cul-de-sac, and I'm like, "This is supposed to be a kennel, Laura." And she's like, "I thought it was a kennel." And then we get closer to the house, and you hear a cacophony of 19 to 30 dog barks all coming out from within this man's house.
Oh, yeah.
No, kennel.
It's a big kennel house. Kennel house. And he goes, "Yeah, no." Laura said, "We're just wanting to look and see." And he goes, "I'll take you." And this is no word of a lie. He said, we have a dog I'd like to show you. I'll take you to the heavily abused section," he said.
Oh, my
Jesus.
God.
I know, there's nothing funny about dogs being abused, but I don't want to go to the heavily abused. I said, I'm a first-time dog owner, and maybe we'll start at the medium abused.
Yeah.
Well, and like,
I don't want to.
and like, is this how you're packaging them? No, they came in here fine. I abused some of them very heavily. I abused some of them not so much. Okay, what
They're
do you
not roughed
want?
up enough.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Yes.
It comes to pass, actually, to be very honest with you, he's a super sweet dude. He's a very nice man. But the dog came from Ghana.
That's
so
not
this is the
funny.
dog. This is the dog that we got.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a fucking. It was
International
on
traveler.
It was
That's
Akon.
cool. It's the Akon.
No, he's but
That's amazing.
he was a fucking meat dog. So
Oh.
yeah, dude, they had him tied up on a slab and
gonna eat
in
that
a
dog.
meat thing, right? And then somebody
fuck.
bought them and sent them here, and he's looking after them, which is fucking crazy, you know.
What kind of dog was this?
It's a Rhodesian Ridgeback Africanus.
So if you're eating dogs like that.
Yeah, so that's sort of like, well, it's not a Ridgeback unless it's from the Ridgeback region of.
So damn
of
good
Fra-
eating.
Yeah, but it's still got to be Rhodesia.
Yeah.
It's like not how all Kobe is Wagyu, but not all Wagyu is Kobe.
Precisely.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And not all tails are wagging when they get.
dog burgers.
Jeez.
I have 2
Chopped in
Chihuahuas.
half
If
or
anyone's
whatever.
listening, I love dogs. This is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my dog story after this. Don't think I'm being.
So anyway, we got
Assholes.
this dog. This dog was super nice. His name is Caesar. And we took him and we got him, and he's the fucking shit.
I love
super nice. Got little scars on himself, which is really sort of sad.
I
'cause
like
he,
how
know,
you named him after a food.
I
item.
never named him. I never named him, but that's fucking hilarious. Should have named him pork roast.
Yeah. Have you pork
No,
chop?
they called him Caesar because he too was cut from his mother.
Jesus.
Puppy darkness.
Oh my.
And way too studious. So
Hey, dumb it down a little bit.
For the
dumb fuck.
educated ones out there.
We're in sweatpants for
I
Christ's
believe
sakes.
it was
Pump the
a-
brakes on it.
you got any other Diogenes jokes or anything? You got a Euclidus?
I had something on the tip of my
Funniest
tongue.
guy in the, in the Prussian
Procrasticles.
Empire. Yeah.
I got some Procrasticles shit over here.
Anyway, no, his name, we found out his real name is on the paperwork. It says his real name is Cesar Chavez. So every time at the dog is, I have to go, Cesar Chavez, Cesar Chavez. We're yelling that in the dog park. People are like, wow,
Wow.
mental health.
Yeah, yeah, right? Yeah.
Fragile.
Plus, he can shoot joints, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Got the mitts. He slips some mitts.
Anyway, so yeah, I saved a dog, and now he saved me.
That's very noble. I'm gonna tell a quick dog saving story also that happened recently. I got 2 dogs also, Chihuahuas. I've had Rolly she'll be 13 this year, and she was gonna be a puppy mill, and I bought her because she was too aggressive, so they couldn't breed her. And then the other one, Pepper, I got him from the fucking SPCA in Humboldt. He was there 6 fucking years, and no one would take him. And so finally, I went and got that little bastard. But
shit.
so I got a thing for fucking dogs also, and I love me a stray. Actually, I had a bit about that about adopting my nephew this spring too. Like it's a recurring theme for me, collecting all these strays. You know? But this summer I sell seafood and steak and shit door to door. Man, that's what I do. And I fucking was out in the country, and I'm driving down this road, and I drive past this chocolate lab that like looks totally fucked. And I'm like, geez, that dog looks rough. I should almost check on it. But I'm like, whatever. Fucking drive by. Can't get through because of construction. So I come back, and again, this dog's there, and it like looks really, really kind of crosses over the road in front of me, and so I stopped to try and get its attention, but its eyes were all milky, like it couldn't see what was going on, and I was just like, this thing gonna fucking die? And it ran off the road a little bit and then down into some weeds, and I was like, I think, yeah, it's probably going to fucking die. I'll just leave it, like old dog, whatever. Well, then I hear these like really pathetic fucking yelps, and it comes back out onto the road and then lies down like in front of me and just fucking lies there like slobbering, tongue out of its fucking face, dying. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to fucking do. So I start... Sorry?
I'm so useless with dogs that I would have been like, do I rub his belly or what do I,
Well, I was worried maybe it had something of some sort, so I don't want it fucking
Jesus.
biting me, right? So, you know what? I'll just tell my story and worry about the joint afterwards, I guess. So I fucking get some water and kind of splash it into its mouth, and it kind of responded a little bit. So I took a coffee cup I had and made it into kind of a ladle, so I could get in there and kind of pour it in without trying to touch the fucking thing. And then after I got all the water I had into its mouth, it was kind of like coming to. So, and it was incredibly hot, like 33, 34 degrees that day, like no fucking water anywhere. So I got a blanket out of my van kind of underneath of it. And then when it's seen I had the door open, it tried to get into the van with like one paw.
He's like, fucking save me, goddamn.
Yeah, really, that's what it seemed like. So I was like, well, fuck, I'll do it. So I got this blanket under her and lifted her up into the van. And I was able to finally like get her collar clean because she was all covered in mud and shit. And there was a number on there. So I phoned the number and no answer like 4 times. So I ended up sliding her over into the passenger seat and down to the fucking floor in like where the air conditioning is and just cranked the fucking AC and then drove her to a farm, got some rainwater to get more water into her, but that wasn't her farm, so I drove to a different fucking farm, not her farm also, but I get back to the van, she's throwing up, so I'm like, well, fuck, I'm like 15 minutes from Humboldt, which is where I got Pepper, so I knew where the SPCA there was, so I was like, well, fuck, I'll go there, so I zip into Humboldt, get there, tell them what's going on with this dog, and they come and try to get her out, and she tries biting them like right away. And like I'd been petting her on the ride in because she was kind of coming around and like kind of getting it, And so they're like, oh well, she's been puking. She's got to go to the vet for sure. There's something wrong with her. And I'm like, so that's something you guys are gonna take care of, hey? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, where's the fucking vet? And like, I'm still got another hour and a half, just about 2 hours drive to where I was supposed to work for the day yet. I'm like, this is a 2 hour chunk out of my day just gone. But I fucking take her to the vet, and eventually after about 20 minutes, get her wrangled out of the van, and like I had to reach in, she had her legs stuck inside the chair thing. So I was it was a whole fucking ordeal. But yeah, they ended up. By the time I got to Hudson Bay for work, I called them just before 5 o'clock to see how she was doing, and they're like, she's back home. We got her all rehydrated and fixed
So
up.
wait a second. She lived?
Yeah, dude. And like
you're a fucking hero.
I don't want to use the word hero, but no, like that dog was definitely gonna fucking die. And the next week, I'm back out on the same fucking chunk of road, and I got stuck like with my little van, like fucking stuck. So I'm walking the farms looking for help. Second fucking farm I walked to, this dog sitting on the porch.
No
and
way.
Comes over.
Bit you.
No, dude, I got pictures. I don't know where my phone is, but I got pictures of it. She kind of seen somebody, so she comes running out and she stops at the edge of the lawn, and then she got really small, as low as she could, and she like with her little face down, creeped across the whole lawn right up to me, and I was like, "Hey, Molly dog," and then she right away rolled over and gave me her belly and was like doing a little serpentine around my legs, and I was just like, "Holy fuck!"
She fucking knew, hey?
And that was like, not, it wasn't the same dog. That was a dead ass dog the first time I seen it. Like enough that I was like, that dog looks fucked. Like out loud to myself.
Insane.
Yeah, man. It was and I'm 40.
kind of fate that
and
you
like
fucking...
I've never had that happen once in my life where I'm driving along and all of a sudden I'm like, yeah, it seems like a fucked up animal. I should help. And that was even like probably 3 different times. I was like, this is when other people drive away, right? Like they're stopping and looking like, oh, I think it's fine. Like that's one time, but
that's fucking
whatever.
fate that you fucking got stuck in the same area and then found
it was
That's
odd,
nuts.
yeah. Because I really didn't I obviously knew I was driving through the same area again, but I didn't really expect that.
Didn't think
I
you
was
get
about to
stuck
stop.
and
I'm
have to go
calling
walk the
bullshit.
farm.
I think you stopped at every house and said, "Hey, did I save your dog? Am I? Sorry, I'm a hero here. I'm just not sure if I'm a hero. I was a hero the other weekend, but I don't know if I'm the one for you."
Just wearing a t-shirt that says "Savior" on the chest too.
Oh, she's adorable.
And the real story is that he stole the
Holy
dog.
shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
couldn't get-
probably.
Like her eyes
It's
were
in
like
his- it's in his
white
basement.
and creamy
like,
when
yeah,
I
I
seen her.
saved
Like
the
kind
dog.
of gold, which is
Yeah.
healthy.
Save the dog
like,
from the world.
yeah, but I couldn't get a good picture because she was freaking out. But yeah, man, it was fucking wild. I never really had that. Like I was like, I must be on the right fucking path.
Now tell us the real story where you stole the dog.
Yeah, no, it's to make up for all the ones I've punched. I like to grab them by their ears and just punch them right in the little face.
Do you like to think? Do you like
I
to think that you have in your back pocket right now? You could kill a dog and you could be even. Like, you just keep
I'm
that
stacking
just in
it up.
case you get really mad.
No, I'm actually still at a deficit. No, I think honestly, to be long term, I'm balancing out for my old man because we were talking about dogs the other day growing up, and I was explaining how like German shepherds, I'm always very cautious around them because like, we had one that was gnarly as fuck growing up, and I've always been like, that dog knew us and would still bite my fucking face off given the opportunity, and Celeste is like, well, was that? Did your dad shoot that dog? I'm like, well, to be fair, he shot all of them. So I mean, it's not like he selected that one. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make that up. Yeah, I'm a long way off though, and I better not include coyotes because he's murdered thousands of those, and I don't know if I can fucking save thousands of dogs. That seems like a tough balance to strike. Sins of the father, that sort of thing. Right, dog murderings of the father. You got it. Anybody listening? Hello? Bueller.
I was thinking about if I'm at even. I'm thinking about my own personal.
Yeah. Have you had to murder a few dogs in your
I've
day?
murdered Manny gophers. Manny gophers.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And then,
Nuisance animal in this part of the world, in case anybody's getting offended. There's actually sometimes even bounties on them. Continue.
Oh fuck, dude. So yeah, to continue.
Easy work.
But I've never killed a dog. No.
No. Oh, good. I would.
At least I've
avoid
got
it.
that going for me.
Given the opportunity,
At
avoid
least you
it.
get that.
If I ever get really low again, I'm gonna remind myself. I've never killed a dog.
Yeah,
So.
never murdered a puppy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, those are good things to be able to say about yourself. Oh, excuse me with the burps over here. That's disgusting. Right into this microphone. But what else are we doing on this podcast today? What else should we be talking about? Any hot topics? You got a hot topic in there, Russ?
Russell. Can't hear you, Russell.
That's perfect. That's how I like him. I want to have all discussion with the rest off mic. Yeah, no, I think I really don't know fat fuck all else. I enjoyed telling my dog story just now.
That's a really good story, and I do believe you're a hero.
Wow. Yeah, man, it's fucking
Till the
pretty
real
wild.
story comes out.
Well, and it was wild, too, because I was listening to one of our podcasts from just before that, like maybe a month or before that, and we talked about that a bit, and I was like, what kind of fucking asshole just leaves a wounded animal on the side of the road, even in the
No way.
podcast, hey? And I heard it afterwards, and I'm like, I guess I'm following through on my bullshit.
Jesus.
Yeah, call me out of my own shit, will
There
I?
you go. Man, that's fate on all kinds.
I guess. So I'm always
Firing
just
on
trying
all
to follow through
cylinders.
my own bullshit as much as I can,
So, are you a dog guy? Do you get dogs?
I grew up on a dog farm.
Holy
my dad,
shit.
My dad was a musher.
You want to talk about dog
That's actually
stories?
no
We got
joke.
'em. Tell him.
Really?
Yeah, I grew up on a farm with like 60 dogs. So, yeah,
Fuck me. So when you see that, their whole.
I've seen it all, man. But I'm dumb as fuck. I never raised the dogs. I broke them. Fucking, my dad trained them and I untrained them.
Oh, really?
All right, Chris, you're making the dogs dumber. My dad
How did
actually
they-
shot one of our dogs for that reason. He's like, it's been making the other dogs dumber, so I killed it. I'm like,
Well,
what?
I'd always
sorry.
just let them loose and play with them and shit like that. And
That's just-
not supposed to do that. Not.
Since I've become a newly minted dog guy, I go to the park and then I learn something new about them all the time. And I learned really also ultimately that I'm fucking sorely ignorant about dogs. But
Oh,
I'll
so
be like,
am I.
oh, they're just playing. Like I see them fighting around. They're like, yeah, you've never seen dogs play before. Like I was like, he's biting his neck. He's like, well, yeah, that's how they play. And I was like, oh, okay. Not a dog guy. You know what I mean? Like
You're
the
into-
lady
you're
who
into
told me
neck
that at the
nibbling.
dog park looked at me like I was like, were you chained up into a fucking basement for all of your life?
And
Yeah?
if you had, how much egg would she have on her face?
Yeah, if I'd have been like, yeah.
No, I don't know
I was
anything
Brie
about
Larson in
other
that
dogs.
movie.
I was treated
Room.
as one my entire childhood. Kept in a kennel, fed out of a bowl. I know what dogs are about. I just didn't know these ones played like that. Fucking didn't your old man do the Iditarod a few times?
He did the Iditarod twice, I want to say.
That's a few
And
fucking
that's a
times.
large
That's
scale.
like the Olympics of fucking dog mushing.
That's the only
race.
one I know.
Okay, yeah. So how far is
The
it? What is
Daytona
it?
High
The
500.
Iditarod? It's from somewhere in Alaska. Nome, Alaska, I want to say. Fuck, I don't even know. I never went up there
Okay.
with him, but I'm pretty sure he
and
did
Goblin.
that. What's that?
What is
Being-
your
being an
dad
idiot.
like? Some kind of weirdo, or what's the scoop here?
Oh man,
Sorry, like
No,
what is
that's the right take.
that's the right take. Yeah.
No, what
No,
is
he
he?
just
What's-
fucking love dogs. No, he
That's
just loves the
fucking
outdoor
cool.
life. Like if my dad could choose, he'd be out in a bush somewhere. If my
that's
mom
so
would
s-
fucking allow it.
That's so fucking
He'd be
cool.
living in a bush. He'd have a team of dogs still. He doesn't have them anymore. He's too old. But
Having this one dog, I can see that now. I can understand that.
You want a pack of them. You get one. You're like, well, I only have 10. What's the big deal?
It's like a Lay's chip. Bet you
Fucking
can't
race.
adopt just one.
Yep, exactly. And you shouldn't have to. Actually, that's a large portion of my Facebook feed is small dog videos. follow this one small dog sanctuary where this guy's got just Chihuahua offsprings of all missing parts. Like I'm talking like nubs for front ones, wheelchair legs, like yeah.
My kindred spirit. It's a spirit animal.
Yeah, I know. This dude's he's got life figured out, man. He's got a whole fucking house set up just to look after these. Like conservatively, it's 35 fucking dogs that he's got on the go. But his dope as shit makes me happy all the time. You get a wheelchair dog video, I'm on board. And the smaller the better. I love seeing them. The freedom. Oh, the joy.
Yeah. So that's why you broke that dog's legs.
I've been miserying dogs for years, eh? Just to get my Kathy Bates on.
He walks in and he goes, all right, which one of you good boys is going to get the gift?
who's a really good boy? Yeah.
One of you good boys is getting
And I always use a figure 4 leg lock to snap their legs, hey? Like I'm Ric Flair. Yeah, give them a big woo at the same time.
You hold their snoot right close to your mouth and breathe them there.
Yeah, wow. Hey, dog lovers, we already says, hey? Yeah, just couldn't be darker.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
get
just
your kicks
kidding.
out, get your kicks.
I honestly don't think you should do that.
It's not a good idea.
Okay, good to know.
Sorry,
I swear to God, like gun to head, do not.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I would.
Well, that's just me, anyways. I had no judgment. But.
Yeah, you live your best life, for us. Just not at the expense of anything else, preferably. Well, any upcoming events for yourself you'd like to? Because we won't get this up soon, but maybe it works.
No,
out. If
you know
it's
what?
months from now, that's preferable.
I don't.
Doctor's appointments.
I'm probably gonna be back at Yucks, I think, sometime in the next bit. But
Fucking A.
I don't know. Keep your eye on the on that hot little bulletin board at Finn's.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the dreams are made. My name in lights as I walk into the
tagline for
off sale.
everywhere. That's where dreams are made. Hey,
This is where dreams
Sobeys,
are
where
made.
dreams are made. Yeah. Not this living room though. Mostly nightmares for me. A lot of anxiety.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, daymares. I've been having a few of those. No, actually, I've been doing good, positive fucking mentality lately. I've been listening to more positive, not only speaking but frequencies when I'm going out to work in the morning, and it's putting me in the right mind frame to not want to murder everybody.
Like those videos on YouTube where it's like a frequency that just plays. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've listened to
What
some of
is
those.
that? Explain that to me. How do you not want to murder people?
I'm so confused.
It's by listening to different frequency tones that like should have different
This
effects,
sounds like-
calming effects, that kind of shit. You just
So just-
listen to some yeah,
Whoa.
man. I'll do that for like an hour when I'm driving out to work in the morning and just chill and look at this fucking landscape and any kind of animals that come to me while I'm fucking just trying to picture an excellent day. And I've been
Wow.
doing more of that lately to have excellent days, and it's been working instantly. So
Really?
Oh,
Explain
fuck.
that. How do you know that it's
The last
working?
4 days. I can tell you in 2 different tangible ways. One is what you're seeing in front of you right now, which is much more upbeat and positive, Dusty, than normal. You guys will agree to this. The second is financially. My sales were much better than usual this week, and I tied some of it directly to a more positive attitude and just not quitting fucking earlier. Normally, I'm like, I'm kind of fucking sick of this, I'm done. And I picked up at least, I don't know, half a dozen sales this week that were all after that line for me. Where normally I'm like, I'm kind of fucking over this. And I was like, yeah. But it was a twofold thing, actually, even getting back to this, is doubling up on this. That's how stoned I am. Because a couple weeks ago, I've been kind of paying attention to like spirit animal shit for about 10 years now. And I had a vulture be very odd towards me recently. So then I was like, what's fucking vultures about?
I don't think I've ever seen a fucking
And
vulture
so it's
in
been
my
kind of me to, reminding me to deal with my vulture shit. Like if I want to have a better existence for myself and those around me, sometimes I gotta eat that rancid fucking shit and deal with it so no one else gets sick, so they don't get the fucking disease. And I gotta carry that weight and I gotta do it. So I've been doing my vulture shit in those moments where I'm like, I'm on the tonal frequency, I'm paying attention. Normally defeatist Dusty goes, fuck it, this day's over, I'm done. No, I'm like, no, this is vulture shit, Dusty. Normally when you get here, it'd be it. Do another fucking hour, what's the big deal? And I've been crushing it. So
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm in on this. This is what the fuck.
I'm on board.
What frequency is
Why?
this?
This is an hour in. Hey, we finally started talking something that's worthwhile. Hey? Yeah. No, and like, I mean, some of it's kind of hokey to some degree. I think, like, when you're looking, it's just a goofy video on YouTube, and they'll be like, you want to bring happiness into your life, or you want to bring wealth, or you want to bring balance, or you want to take negativity out. And for a while, I was picking the negativity out ones because I felt like I was bringing in lots of negativity, and I wanted to have positivity come into me and positivity go out to me because I want my world fucking better, even if I'm dissatisfied with some things. I'll figure out how to fix that. Well, now I've kind of changed that where I'm like, because I feel different, and I feel like this is where I'm at now, where I'm not about getting rid of the negativity. It's about increasing the positive things I want, visualizing the positive. I know the negativity is there. I'm going to work around that now.
That's absolutely an amazing way to get rid of unwanted emotions, I think, is to have sort of a gratitude list, right?
Fuck yeah, dude.
You know, essentially what it is you're tuning your reticular activating system, that part of your brain that looks for patterns that supports ideas. You're tuning that towards searching for patterns that actually make you happy, as opposed to consistently thinking about ways that you're a victim or looking down. So what fucking frequency is it, asshole? Tell me that.
I've seen 453 pop up frequently,
Okay.
but no,
Wow.
like, I've fucked around with this kind of stuff for years, just seeing what works and what doesn't, and it's just this. And again, it depends. I'm terrible for, hey, everything's cool. Well, quit doing that then. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as everything's working, and I'm kind of like on a path.
now,
where,
so
like,
I
okay,
baseline. Yeah,
so like with this, it was like, and I mean, I think you start building patterns relatively frequently, like you said. So my goal this week was like, no, don't have one day where I give into the vulture bullshit. I have every day where I fucking ride it out to the end and I do what I'm supposed to, and I know what that's going to feel like when I get there, and I'm content with that. So that's the world I'm going to try and live in until I get there, and it worked all fucking week, and again I'm starting to build those patterns already, and I just have to stay on them now. Again, not get complacent and go, oh, it's all working, I don't have to do it anymore. But yeah, I'm very happy with it because it's fucking. But again, that's just my shit. I'm not telling anybody else to do it. Do what you want to fucking do. But it's worked. This is what worked for me this week, to have more money in my bank account, literally, and a better attitude and feeling, and a more productive fucking week just in general. Doing more shit that I enjoy. Played more video games this week than I normally do because I actually wasn't depressed sitting there and going like, well, I should spend my time doing something productive. All right, adult male. Yeah, we're going to sit here and like pussy ache about it, I think is what they call it.
Fuck.
Yeah. No, right? So I'm going to keep on it and fucking keep doing it.
You know what the other end of the other side of that coin is when you like lay down in bed and you do that fucked up shit that I do, I'm like, I can't fall asleep. I'm like, what can I worry about? What am I missing? I'm like, what the fuck are you doing when you do that? I know, I bet you there's something I missed today that's going to bother me tomorrow. That's my thinking exercise before bed.
Right? Yeah, very positive.
healthy.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, I'm an insomniac.
increasing
For fuck's sake.
Do you like tussling? Because you're going to do some tussling with that kind of thing. Well, it's actually interesting you mentioned the pre-bed time, because some of the videos I was listening to this week were talking specifically about that, and that's not something I've ever thought about, even with meditation and shit, was like the focused intention during your sleeping, your pre-sleeping hours or hour or minute or whatever, where you're like, no, actively while I'm sleeping, I want to be in this world. I want to be in this world of gratitude, or I want to be in this world of I'm a much better skateboarder. I want to be in this world of I'm a funnier comedian, whatever the fuck it is, and then go to sleep with that being your intention again, instead of like you're talking about the shit that keeps you up. Yes. And I just really started that this week, so we'll kind of see how that works for me. But I do believe in that. Like, I think there's, like, for myself, there's so many things throughout my existence that have been purely mental but manifested physically in ways that, like, even just like riding a snowboard and shit, you talk yourself out of, and because you skate, I bring this up, you talk yourself out of things all the time that you know you can do because of whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then as soon as you shut that shit off and just do it, you can fucking do it. And I find it's the same thing with these, except the consequences are much more realistic. It's like, well, no, but if I fuck this up, I can't pay rent. It's not like, oh, I didn't get this fun thing to do on my trick stick, you know. But if I can use that same mentality and get in that flow zone with my work and shit, the times where I've been in like, no, I'm locked the fuck in, I'm doing this, but I got to practice that shit all the fucking time so that I can get there, so that it's a natural place for me to be, so I can flow and not think of the minutia of my movements while I'm trying to do it, you know.
Absolutely.
But,
Wow, that sounds really fucking amazing, and it feels like it's been effective for you.
yeah, man.
Jesus.
Yeah, I like
Mind in
it.
motion
I just got to
stays
ride
in
it out.
motion,
'Cause
yeah.
it's like, I know, again, like I'm 40 this fucking year. I'm starting to see these cycles I do where, again, I'll get positive things working, and then it's like, no, it's fine. Let it go. What? So you slipped a little further back this way. That's not a big deal. 290 pounds is fine for an adult man, you know? Shit like that. It's like, no, stop. Put the brakes on. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I tried a new thing this week where I just didn't eat a bag of fuzzy peach slices every day. And I feel so marginally better.
Yeah. Your life's actually worse though. Hey, like, I don't know what it is.
I did the same
Started
thing
a
with
butterfly
alcohol.
effect of some sort. My car blew up.
Oh, yeah? Good for you, though. You took a week off.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it
think
got
it's just.
bad after
I feel
we
like it's because
built
you're
that
broke though. That's the only reason you don't have a.
Yeah,
drink.
oh yeah, that's absolutely the reason.
Choose
That
this
has nothing
life,
to do
yeah.
with my
Well,
will.
Well, I choose it in
chose
the way
to-
that all of my poor
you know what?
choices led me here. Yeah.
You chose to spend the
Step by
money, and
step.
you knew that if you didn't have money, you can't buy booze. So in a way, you chose not to drink.
Yep. Hey,
Good for you.
You're werewolfing yourself.
Werewolf.
Right? Yeah, when you tie yourself up the night of a full moon, so you can't werewolf.
Ah.
You're werewolfing yourself. You got your hands are tied. You got no booze.
Werewolf, yeah.
He's werewolfing himself over here. Nobody's familiar with that term.
No.
I'm saying it like it's commonly.
Sounds like something I'd see on
You guys
like,
don't have to
YouPorn or
frequently
something.
werewolf yourself so you don't kill your entire family. That's weird.
They call it
That's
moon nighting
weird.
now.
Yeah,
Moon
yeah.
nighting.
Yeah. It conflicts with my sundowning. I got both those happening. Yeah, I get that Benjamin Button thing, but it just goes to the middle. Then you start out fat and you end up fat. What were you talking
Well, I was thinking about age.
I know.
That's
That's why I thought it was funny to mention the weight instead. Actually, I've been working on bits about that. I was like, every time that I go to ride a go-kart, I'm always concerned I'm going to have to buy a go-kart. Because I'm always lying on those forums. Eh? $250. Sure. I get the money for a go-kart in my account, right? Shit.
Very good time then. Good
Well,
choice.
I don't know what fucking time we're looking at on this here.
Yeah, we're over
I
an
feel
hour
like
anyways here.
the conversation
about
is
an
getting
hour.
interesting, but I also feel like you don't need to eat up your entire day.
Yeah, it's like,
Going,
Yeah, quite frankly, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Couldn't be
Over an
more
hour,
sick of this an hour ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's the time at, bud?
Yeah, we just kind of let the guests decide when to fuck.
We're about an hour 10.
Yeah.
Oh, can we go back 10
plenty of
minutes?
time. Yeah. Scroll it back. But yeah, no, I don't know. Do you guys got anything else you want to go on about?
Oh, I could go on about. No, I can't.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Well, yeah, okay. Well, this has been a delightful time with Mr.
It was
Derek Yee.
fucking hilarious, dude. My guts hurt.
Oh, good.
That's funny.
You didn't drink the water here, did you?
It's recycled water.
That's a
the
parasite
problem.
you're feeling,
That was
friend.
the problem.
Yeah. You got a little buddy. You said you like dogs and shit, right?
Welcome to the Funbox.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll leave a changed man.
Did you think you were going to leave without a bellyache?
Yeah. But yeah, okay, yeah. So this was Tales from the Funbox. Yeah, look for Derek Yee around the city and in any small town around for some giggles. I'm sure you've got some sort of social media or whatnot, but I don't know what the fuck do we bother with. You can, throw it out there.
Chauncey Peppertooth.
It's spelled like it sounds.
Yeah. Very easy.